Hello and welcome to the Jonas educational video, and today we're going to be talking about reversing a payroll check. So I want to void or reverse a payroll check or direct deposit depending on how my system's configured. I'm going to be looking at this from the standpoint of US payroll. The Canadian payroll steps are exactly the same. It's just coming through the other module. So the first thing, we're going to go to US payroll processing, set up a new pay period. So you do have to open a pay period for the one you're about to do. It can be the same pay period as the original payment, or it could be a different date. It usually depends on whether or not how late after that you're voiding this check. If it's like the next day or a couple of days later and you haven't closed that month, you might want to stale date it back into the period, or accounting wise they may want it posted in the current period because they've already closed it off. Okay. So you open the pay period just like you normally would. Then the next step would be to go into US payroll processing, manual pay, correct previous pay. So in here, you tell it which employee you were reversing. If I know the number, I can punch it in, or I can click a lookup and find them from the list. Now in this drop-down option, there's three. Usually you're only going to use the adjustment or the cancel. Manual is not used very often. So in our video today, we're talking about canceling or voiding a payment. So I'm going to pick cancel the check. The manual pay is normally going to be 1. If I was reversing 2 checks for some reason for this same employee, I might need to do manual pay 1, manual pay 2, etc. And then which payment or check am I voiding? I can either punch in the check number, or I can click the lookup and grab it from here. Now this will come up and just warning you what it's about to do. Now obviously it's not going to touch job cost, work order, equipment. That's strictly for our construction clients. But it will attempt to post a reversing entry and reverse out the GLs. So it'll pull in the information from the original check. And basically at that point you're okay to go ahead and post it, and it will effectively generate a negative posting for this. Now the one thing you do have to be aware of, if you were running a payroll and at any point before you cut checks or do a direct deposit, you can delete the whole payroll and it brings it back to where you started. Reversing a check is slightly different. If I post this and then go in and delete the payroll, it'll still show this as reversed on the system. It won't have done the GL entries or thing, but on the check register, it will show as having been reversed. So you have to be careful when doing a reversal. Make sure before you click post. So we're going to click post, and this will simply print out a check for you. A report to show you everything that was reversed. And you can see they're all going in as negatives. And if you want to, you can always check that by going into US payroll processing, employee pay record inquiry, and pulling that person up to look at the entries. Then basically you're all right to continue as you normally with payroll. So you print the payroll audit report. You can run deductions in taxes. It doesn't hurt, but you really don't have to because the reversing entry automatically picked up the originals. And then your payroll journal, and then end of payroll update. You obviously don't need to print a check because you're reversing one. The one thing you do have to keep in mind, if you're reversing a direct deposit, this does not automatically correct it on the bank side. You would have to contact your bank for the direct deposit and make sure that's been reversed out from that side if you need to. And then you just run the update. And that's it.